Okay, how do we differentiate? Okay, very easy. All right. Okay, normal fatigue is like that. All right, you have a good rest. Okay, your degree of fatigueness will slowly subside. All right. Good rest, drink more water, you will subside. All right, for chronic fatigue syndrome, it will not subside. Right. On the whole series of poor sleeping quality and also different parts of the body having chronic pains without inflammation. The key thing is without any form of inflammation. All right. Okay. In fact, for most of my talks, I have a little survey. All right. For us to differentiate from A to B. All right. Like for example, the next one, you can take a look. Okay. Like for example, maybe we can discuss about this checklist survey. Okay. Slowly. Okay. For this interview, and then we from there you have a better insight of what is the differences between a chronic fatigue syndrome and normal fatigue. For example, the first one. All right. Okay. Do you frequently experience unusual long periods of fatigue? Right. Okay. This unusual long period of fatigues okay, we are actually saying that if this degree of fatigueness has not improved for a period of 6 months or more, right, then it's a very high chance that this is chronic fatigue syndrome, right? Then the next one, in fact, later on, if you can forward me your WhatsApp number, I can forward you the checklist. You can go through it in detail, right? Okay, yeah. Next is that is your fatigue result of some obvious ongoing physical exertions? Beware. All right. The most severe mistakes where people having tiredness is right. Is tracer, right? Yeah, they go for exercise. That is the worst thing you can do it to yourself. Like how there, I don't understand that why there are certain medical people, right? Okay, they encourage people who are tired, fatigued, they go for exercise. Actually, this one is very dangerous, right? Because the body itself really sending out signals that there are certain conditions happening inside the body, right? And our blood circulation itself already start to be clogging. That is one of the reasons that why people, when they overexert themselves, when they're doing the exercise, which they claim that they are doing exercise very regularly, if they don't do, they cannot sleep well, they get tired very easily. So that is actually a very serious sign already, right? But it's only that people don't recognize it, and unfortunately, unfortunate things will happen, like sudden cardiac arrest will happen, or strokes, right?
So Carmen, can I ask you a few questions? So chronic fatigue syndrome, right? Is it like no matter how much I rest, I'm still tired? What if it's only like for 1 week? You know, what's the duration that it becomes red alert?
Okay, you see, if it's red alert comes, is like continuously having tiredness for 6 months or more. Okay. And then during this period of time, you try to sleep, but your sleep quality is bad. All right. What it means that even though you know what is the technique, the method that you can rest well, but it's still not giving you the kind of restfulness you have. All right. Okay. So this is also in the checklist. Later on, you can see it, right? So, and then another thing, the most key thing is that later on you can see the next page is pain, discomfort, aching. All right. All this pain and discomfort, they comes without any form of inflammation. The key word is inflammation. You see, in terms of medical science, modern medical science, right? If you have certain pain or certain conditions, they can check your blood, your white blood cell count, okay, even to the extent of your hormones, which is not common, only checked in Singapore, right? They can have some idea what is happening. but not for chronic fatigue syndrome. You check everything, you will not see much anything. But unfortunately, the Singapore government has adopted that chronic fatigue syndrome as a form of disease to be treated by IMH. It's quite unfortunate, but there's nothing we can do. All right, we can only help people who willing to work with us. You see, okay, as a result of your own ongoing fatigue, right? Okay, you substantially reduce your previous level of occupational, education, social, and personal activities. So what it meant is that, like for example, once you have started to have certain degree of tiredness where you try to improve but couldn't improve, and then you find that you suddenly start to have some social withdrawal. All right, this is a very clear indicator, right? You do not paying attention to suddenly your good friends or your colleague or even your family members start to give you remarks like, for example, "Hey, mommy, why suddenly you have no interest in this? You know, we are supposed to have a lot of activities every Sunday," kind of stuff like that. You know, it is a very severe sign already. It's not something that you can discard or ignore, right? This is a very important signal. Why I say mommy? The reason is the chances of a woman affected by CFS is at least 8 times higher than men.
How many times?
8 times. It's at least 8 times. In fact,
so what?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
What should we do if we are tired? So probably not 6 months, but let's say just for 3 weeks, because you know it's a peak season and we're just tired. What's the solution that we can begin to do? Because I'm guessing that sleeping more is not the answer.
Okay, definitely. All right. Number one, drink good water. That is the most important thing. All right. And then, in fact, we offer all the audience of your show, right? That we give them a complimentary scan, and then with this complimentary scan, we can actually detect whether you're having some chronic fatigue syndrome issues, right? Okay. Then the next checklist you can see for each of the following began at the same time as your fatigue and they persisted for at least 6 months. Sore throat, frequent sore throat, right? In our work, right? Okay, we came across some ladies. They say that for no reason they always got sore throat. They are very, very, very tired. Okay, so when we start treating them, right, it's only a couple of sessions, right? The sore throat and the degree of fatigueness are all improved. All right. In fact, my most interesting case is my own student. So what happened is that she traveled to Switzerland to take up hotel and hospitality degree, and then come back Singapore working with one of a very prominent hotel, right? And then she start to have this social withdrawal problem, and frequently she has run into fever, a lot of aching, sore throat, you know. So and then because sometimes regularly we have some complications, so I check on her and she have this type of problem. In fact, the father has sent her to many TCMs, couldn't help her much for over a year already. So I helped her, and then after a couple of sessions, the improvement is there. It's very obvious. Now, why I say this is an interesting case, the reason is she is not even 20 years old when she start to have this issue. So it's the youngest lah. It's the youngest I can see lah. Usually, I see also on women, right, which is in the mid 30s to 40s, right, more prominent. Why? I believe that this is the range group of women who has families, and then they have children, husband, career, family to deal with Okay. In fact, a common thing is that some of them even have to fight off with MIL, mother-in-law syndrome. Okay. So the common for all these women is that they tend to have very stressful environment. All right. Okay. Stress itself sometimes also have similar symptoms But stress related symptom is that they do not have pain. All right, unexplainable chronic pains. They don't have. All right, for chronic fatigue syndrome, you have all these some or most of the challenges. Like for example, sore throat is a very common. Okay, post-exertion fatigue syndrome more than 24 hours. Right, that means what? Whole day for no reason you do thing or you don't do thing. Okay, you relax or not relax, you also very tired. This is also cause of physical pain. Okay, anxiety may not cause physical pain. Anxiety will cause physical pain in the form of heart palpitation, okay, heart palpitation, or maybe high degree of sensitivity. The kind of pain is not the kind of pain that we describe, like for example, okay, because chronic fatigue syndrome, the pain is not caused by inflammation. That means that things like, for example, even you don't do anything, okay, over a period of time, you still find yourself having, shoulder ache, especially you can find from your neck down, okay, it's very tight, very tight, and then depends on the right side or left side. Sometimes I have both sides. Here from the ear behind down is a form of very kind of pain. It's like, for example, after you have done a lot of writing, hand, okay, and very stressful situation, then here you find very tight, okay. You press the time, it's pain, right? Or you don't release, once you release it, you don't feel the pain, and there isn't any inflammation at all. In this situation, the most important thing is do not go massage, okay? Especially in this region, you do not go and massage your neck. If you massage your neck, because from our work, your blood itself is already very cloggy already. That means the blood is very thick. Okay, if you exert yourself, okay, using massage, over strength, you create more other problems. Okay, this one has nothing to do with inflammation. Okay, important thing to take note that all this discomfort here, okay, pain, muscle ache, joint pain, has no inflammation parameters at all. That is the catch for finding out whether you are actually having chronic fatigue syndrome. Yeah, that is most important. All right, unrefreshing sleep. Okay, this is very common. In fact, if you can't sleep over a period of time, don't rest well, cannot get refreshing sleep or high quality sleep over a period of time, many things will happen. So why? Because our hormones cannot be regulated. Once our hormones cannot be regulated, many things will happen. Like for example, the period, the menstruation cycles, all these will be clogged up. And most important thing is that our temper become very quick. Then you affect not only our social life, it affect the whole family as a whole. Right. So for those who are interested, can help us. Pain can also be hormone caused. Yes, pain can be hormonal caused. Yes, can. Okay, so these are some of the things that this survey actually is very comprehensive. So for those who are interested, you can send us a message. Then I forward to you. Then from there we can discuss more. Okay, but fatigueness for long period of time for 6 months or more, and also unrefreshing sleep and constantly having sore throat or some muscle ache, unexplainable muscle ache, right? Okay, this is actually one of the key signs, the most common one. Okay, so chronic fatigue syndrome, is it a complex illness? It can be. One of the main reasons is because it affects our mood. When it comes to mood, means it affects through our hormones as well. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so all these will affect our social life. We start to have social withdrawal, and this social withdrawal, it is become the vicious cycle. The more you withdraw, the more negative feedback you get from your surrounding, from your work, from your prospect of your living, right? All these become more negatively feedback into you, okay, and you become even more withdrawn, and your symptoms were even more prominent and more severe. Okay, so ours is we are a bridge lah, you know, trying to help people with these conditions. Okay, okay. From our work, we realized that stress is the prerequisite for chronic fatigue syndrome. All right, this is from what we observe. Okay, this stress, okay, because don't forget, if you attended our last couple of talk, right? Okay, if you are keen, I can send you the link for the YouTube. Okay, you can go through and then we can discuss the problem. Okay, stress itself, it means our hormones is not properly regulated. Essentially, our serotonin and melatonin. Right. So if it's not properly regulated, your sleep quality will be bad. So when your sleep quality will be bad, it becomes a vicious cycle again. You know. Okay. Then, once the melatonin is not properly regulated, your cardio system start to affect you. When your cardio system start to affect you, right? Other organ systems also start to affect you. Okay. So for chronic fatigue syndrome, okay, it is going to the extreme end, okay, making you even suffer more, even suffer more, right? Then, like for example, okay, the period is so far is we're talking about people. One of the key thing is the time of discomfort. Okay, is 6 months, at least 6 months. All right, but during this period of time, try not to over assert yourself by doing some physical exercise. All right, don't do that. Do not remember, because it makes things worse. Okay, and the sleep quality is getting even more deteriorated more significantly. All right, yeah. Anyway, for you all attended the talk, right? You can give me a call. We can work on it. Okay. Okay. Now, important thing is that the pain, that the so-called pain and discomfort you are suffering, there is no sign of redness or swelling. That means there is no inflammation. That is a very, very important note. Okay. In case, like for example, the day you play squash or play tennis, and then you got elbow ache, the pain will subside in a couple of days, 3 days or more. Just drink more water. Okay. All right. And then if you constantly find the pain become a cyclic, cycle. Okay. Later on we'll discuss about the food. You will trigger. Okay. Like for it. Okay. One another thing is that memory loss. Of course, if you don't sleep well, you sure definitely have short-term memory loss. This is very common. Okay. Concentration loss, yes. Okay. It's getting more common, especially when you hear signal from your colleague or from your family members saying that, well, we find that recently you have issue with concentration and memory running short. Yes, this is a sign. This is a sign, because we ourselves do not see all these minor things easily. It is actually the third party is more observant on our deterioration or our changes. Refer to the third party. All right. Yes, women are more likely to be affected than men. Okay. One of the key things, especially in Singapore context, where men and women have to work, okay, to support the family, and women are also, because especially essentially Asian women, right? You have a whole ton of expectations from both the mother-in-law as well as the family members, husband and children. Yeah, and career from your manager. Chances is even higher for Singapore women. All right. Okay. Now, teenagers is getting more common now. Okay, but children so far not so obvious. Okay. So there won't be any diagnostic test available for CFS. So far is by some survey. Okay, I find this survey that I'm showing you is short, sharp, and accurate. You can take a look. Okay. Another thing is that you have to understand that whenever you lie down, okay, wherever you lie down, you find that you yourself having another attack of very severe uncomfort, okay, you try to lie down, right? Because when you try to lie down flat, especially on a hard ground, that means that the bed, okay, or you lie on a solid floor with a little mat like yoga mat, all this, you lie down, okay, and then you do some deep breathing exercises, all right, it helps, okay, it helps, okay, that is also a sign of chronic fatigue syndrome. Okay, okay, it's cyclic. Important thing is that CFS is cyclic. That means what? One day, okay, a certain period of time, okay, the pain is not so severe, okay, but then after a short period of time, okay, the thing come back again, and then over tomorrow, the next day, okay, about the same time, the pain is not so obvious again. Okay, it's cyclic. Okay, there is a pattern. There is a pattern. There is a pattern. Okay, you try. Everyone is different. Okay, it may not be 1 or 2 days or a couple of hours, but now you can observe. You can keep a record. You can see there is a pattern. All right. Okay, conventionally, there is no cure for CFS. Okay, there is no medication. Unfortunately, that Singapore government adopted sending people suspect with CFS to IMH. So you understand, they will give you the kind of medication that try to lump you. Unfortunately, okay. We have the experience of doing that for many years already. Okay. So forget about supplements and vitamins. It's not going to help you, okay? Because one of the most important thing is that our digestive systems with people suffering from CFS is usually very bad. All right, most of the food stuff, the supplements and vitamin you take in is not going to be absorbed as well. Okay. Now, so what triggers CFS? Okay, take a look. Maybe you can take note of this. Okay, refined sugar, the white sugar. Okay, caffeine. Now, I just came across that some ladies saying that when they drink coffee, especially very strong black coffee, right, they feel that it's better. One of the main reasons is because of the slowdown in the heart, slow down in heart. But after that, you're going to come back again. You're going to come back again. So try not to take coffee items with caffeine, especially Red Bull. Nowadays you find a lot of the youngsters, they like to take Red Bull, right? Okay, that is one of the worst thing. In time to come, chances of them having CFS is even higher. Is even higher. Alcohol, especially the strong alcohol. Okay, all these can trigger your CFS. My suggestion is cut down on meat. Cut down on meat intake, especially red meat. Especially red meat. Okay. Now, CFS is not a mental problem. All right. Okay. But long-term CFS, it will create you some form of a depression. Why? Because you're trying to improve your health challenges. Okay, but you couldn't get any proper help, right? You try to see this doctor, see that specialist, see that TCM or whatever form, it's not helping you. So all these can make you even more depressed. Yeah. So you have any issue, we can discuss about it. Okay. Now, so all I can suggest is get a chat, okay, by us, then we can work along. Okay. Right. So important thing is in our last talk on stress, right? And also last 3 talks, right? Okay, we have also discovered that the sleep talk, okay, discovered that whenever a woman of the family, right, suffering from some form of insomnia, okay, it also affects the children. So that's why it's a family affair. So likewise, once a person in the family, especially the lady who suffers CFS, is going to affect the whole family as well. Okay, whole family as well. So when you're having a CFS, your children will also be affected as well. Right. So our success rate for helping people with CFS actually is very high. So far, we don't have much problem. Important thing is the time and also willingness to work with us. That is the most important thing. All right. Okay, you can see from this chart, right? Okay, there are certain parameters we keep track to indicate progress, right? Over a period of time, from November to August, span less than a year, right? The improvement is usually very significant, right? We try to use scientific means to chart it, okay, rather than just simply on your personal feeling. We do both. We do both. Every time when you come for therapy, the time we will do a short interview and we keep track of the record, right? So if you ask, okay, do people have gout when they have CFS? Yeah, some of them they have. One of the main reasons is because whenever the CFS attack you, the CFS attack is not a short while, no? It can be a whole span of long period of time. So during this period of time, your whole body muscle is actually very tense up. That affect the kidney process as well. So yes, yeah, they may have gout as well. They may have gout as well. Okay, so everyone is different. We usually provide customized solutions for the individual. So chat with us lah. That's all I can say. Start with it. Usually, in whole process is number one, we need you to hydrate yourself. Okay, hydrate yourself is very important, right? Why is it important? Because if your body do not get the right water and oxygenation, your blood start to do clogging. That means the pH also rises, right? To pH of 7.1 like that. Okay, and the same time is your blood density becomes very high. Then it added into your cardiac burden. And when you start to have cardiac burden, okay, your mood swing also start to kick in. So when your mood swing kick in, then your temper also start to run short and that can be very cranky. Okay, this will add up to your social withdrawal at the same time. Right? So it's a vicious cycle again. A make B worse, B make C worse, C make D worse, and then go back to A. So everything all start to become worse. Right? Red meat is something that you should stay away from. Right? Especially beef. Right, and then continuously we also monitor the sleep quality, because once you're able to sleep well, that is the first step for your breakthrough. It's the first step for your breakthrough. Right, then we check on your melatonin regulation. That is a very key important parameter to check on your sleep. Okay, now in case for those of you don't know where's our pineal gland, it's here. It's on our high brain here, high brain. Okay, that is the main reason that why whenever you feel stressed or you don't sleep well, you find your neck here all very tight. Because your hormones and your blood circulation all has been hindered, been affected. Right? This is a talk regarding our melatonin regulation at night. And the morning you go subside. Right? This is the size of our pineal gland. Whenever you are pregnant with a child, right, the first part that the fetus grow is actually the pineal gland. Okay, this pineal gland determines how long is this newborns going to live. 80 milligram is going to be about 80 years old. Okay, if they use the hormones properly, such like when they grow up, especially a teenager, they don't have too much nightlife, they sleep properly, eat properly, rest properly. Usually the pineal gland will provide proper regulation for the serotonin and melatonin, and then they usually live very well. Okay. Yeah, this is the first thing besides the water that help people to fight chronic fatigue syndrome. It's very effective, this one. Basically what happens is that all these tubes over here, when we make the nanotubes, it's very costly because the failure rate is very high. Okay, but when we make the larger tubes, the cost can bring it down. It's not so costly. So, and it provides very fast and quick result so far. Okay. Yeah. Okay, when we just now we talk about the pH, this is the one. Okay, see the blood pH is very extreme. The pH is about 7.0, 7.1. It's very, that means that the blood cells is very clogged, very clogged. And usually we observe that the blood, the water consumptions in the blood system is also very, very low, very low. So our job is to bring this up backward into the green zone, right? And the pH, bring it up to the green zone is about 7.34, 7.35, right? That is ideal. That is ideal. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I said the time is running out, has run out. So for all of you who are interested, okay, to discuss, okay, you can call me at 91380990. WhatsApp me 91380990. Then we can discuss from there. Yeah. Okay. Is it 9:30? Okay, Julia. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So in case you got any questions, then maybe we can discuss.
And
by WhatsApp.
Coming, you are giving a free consultation if they go to your booth, right? Worth $100 or something.
No need to go to my booth lah. Just WhatsApp me, book an appointment with me, and then we can work along the way. 91380990. Yeah. Because you go to my booth, you also see this number lah. So since you are here, then you take down this number, and then from there we work on it lah. So I will take down one email address, right? Only one person interested, is it? Okay, for those who are interested, you can WhatsApp me using this number, and then for this lady, I will email to you since you have given me your email address. All right, okay.
Thank
any
you so
questions?
much, Coming.
Any other questions? Okay. Then if not, then you can WhatsApp me, and then we can discuss from there. Okay. Yeah, I think Julia left already. Yeah. Anybody got any questions? Let me write down the email address so that I don't miss anything. Okay, good. I note down already. Okay. So I didn't miss anything. Only Shakachi 7. Yeah. Okay. You have any questions for me? Yeah. If not, then you can WhatsApp me at 91380990. Then from there we can discuss more. All right. If you are keen, I can also send you the previous 4 talks YouTube link as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.